Hello and welcome to Physics Teacher. Graphing exponential functions is one thing, but being shown a graph and determining what the equation of that graph is just by looking at it, that's another. But I'm going to show you in this tutorial easy ways that you can do it. Let's get started. So take a look at this graph. We're being told what the base of the exponential function is, and we have a few points on it. Someone clearly graphed it. How can I come up with an equation? Well, if I write out the general form, it looks like this. Now that's pretty daunting, because I'd have to figure out what A, K, D, and C are. That's 4 unknowns. How can I possibly do that? Well, instead of using that complicated equation, I can just write it like this and figure out what that equation would be. But why does that work? Let's take a moment and think about this. Take a look at this function, f at x equals 2 to the minus x. We can apply a few exponent rules and change this function to an equivalent function. So I can write this as 2 to the negative 1 all to the power of x. And how can I do that? Well, remember, a power to a power, you just multiply the exponents. So those are equivalent. And then what? Well, what's 2 to the negative 1? Well, that's just a half. So that just means that this is 1/2 to the power of x. So 2 to the negative x is the same as 1/2 to the x. Well, what about this one over here? It's got 2 to the x plus 1. Well, what I can do is, since x plus 1 or exponents that are being added, I can rewrite that as 2 to the x times 2 to the 1 plus 3. Because when you multiply powers of similar bases, you add their exponents. And 2 to the 1 is just 2. So I can just put that in front and write it as 2 times 2 to the x plus 3. So all I have is that stretch factor a in front, just with 2 to the x. So now that we know this, let's go over to this question. I can write this as y equals a times 1/2 to the x plus c. But I can actually look at c, because we know that c is where the horizontal asymptote is going to be. So if we look at this graph, we can see that it is approaching -3, y equals -3, but never reaching it. So c is going to be -3. So all I need to do now is figure out what a is. So pick a point, any point. I like this one because it's really quite easy to work with. So if I just substitute those in for x and y, we have y is 1. That equals a times 1/2 to the power of 0, subtract 3. Well, anything to the power of 0 is just 1, so that's just a minus 3. So if we bring -3 to the other side, we just have a equals 3 plus 1, which is 4. So this graph is equivalent to y equals 4 times 1/2 to the power of x minus 3. That's all there is to it. Now, if you wanted to make that more complicated, you could go ahead and do it, right? You can write 4 as being the same base here as just 1/2 to the power of -2, because that's what 4 is. And then you can apply your power rules and make yourself a more complicated equation, but why would you do that? Let's look at the next example. We'll do the same thing. This one is in base 3. So we have our equation y equals a times 3 to the power of x plus c. Well, what's c in this case? It looks like it is approaching 2. Y equals 2, but never reaching it. So plus 2. Okay, then let's take a point. Now, if you don't want to take 0, 1, because you want more of a challenge, you could go ahead and take 1 and -1, sure. So you can do -1 is equal to a times 3 to the power of 1 plus 2. So that just equals we have 3a plus 2. So bring 2 to the other side. We get negative 3 equals 3a. Divide both sides by 3, and a equals negative 1. So our equation here is negative 3 to the x plus 2. So I hope that video has helped you to understand how we can use equivalent exponents to be able to come up with the equation of an exponential function from its graph. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. And if you're going to be taking 12U Physics sometime soon, you can download right now my entire course pack for 12U Physics for free in the description. So check it out.